All right, Mr. Ahmed here. Goal for today is to work on some statistics. And the first thing we're really going to look at is the measures of central tendencies. We're calling it the measures of center. And a couple terms that we're going to use is what we're going to go over first. And the first one is a mean. The mean really is an average. All right, we're going to find the average of the values. And in order to find the average, we have to add up all the data values. And then divide that value, divide whatever you got, by the number of data values. So, essentially, we're going to have a list of a bunch of numbers. We're going to add up all the numbers and then divide by how many that there were. That's going to get us the average. The median is found by finding the middle. It's the middle number. And in order to find the middle, we have to line up the numbers from lowest to highest. From lowest to highest. So we'll have to set them up in order, least to greatest, and then we'll find the number that's in the middle. If there are two middle numbers, find the average of those two numbers. So you'll have to add those two up and then divide it by 2, okay? The mode. The mode is the most frequently occurring number. So whatever number appears the most times, that is the mode. So we're going to call that most. The value that occurs most often. Okay. There could be more than one mode, but there can't be none. So there could be more than one mode, or could be none. So what we mean by that, let's say for instance I have 2 4s and 2 5s, and no other number repeats itself. That means 4 and 5 would both be the mode. If I just have a list of numbers, something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, none of them repeat themselves, so in that case we'd say there is no mode. In order to find the range, we will take the greatest value minus the smallest value. Minus smallest. And lastly, an outlier is a number that just doesn't seem to make much sense. It's way bigger or way smaller than all the other numbers. It is way bigger or way smaller than all the other values. So that's our terminology. We're going to find the mean, the median, and the mode, also the range, and if there's an outlier, we'll state what it is. So in that process, our first data set, we just have a list of numbers. The first thing I'd recommend doing is arranging them from least to greatest. So when I look at the values, I see that the least one is 56, and when I use that one, I'll just cross it off so I make sure I get all of them. And then the next biggest one's 57. And then it looks like we're going up to 64. And then 65. 66. 75. followed by 76. So as I cross them off, I can see that I got them all listed. So to find the mean, you're going to have to add all these up. 56 plus 57 plus 64, etc. I did that ahead of time. Use your calculator to do it. One recommendation I have is type them in twice just in case you make a typo. So when I added them all up, I got 459. And then I divide by how many numbers that there are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have to take 459 divided by 7. And when I do that, I get 65.57. You can round that. The median is the number in the middle. So I have to look at my list. I already have them arranged from least to greatest. The one in the middle. I have 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 65 is in the middle, so that is the median. The mode, which one occurs the most frequently? Well, I have a 56. I don't see a number that repeats itself. So since one does not repeat itself, there is no mode. Range, biggest number minus the smallest, so 76 minus 56, which is 20. So the range is 20. And which measure of central tendency best represents the data? I would say probably the mean. And the reason why? There's not an outlier. All these numbers are fairly close together. Like an outlier would be something along the lines of 150 or 2. They're all pretty close together. So the mean's right really close to the median. So I guess I could say the median's a good one too. You have a couple options there, but I'm going to say the mean because there's no outlier. I would probably take median as an appropriate answer as well. On to our next example. So again, we have a list of data. This one represents some wages. And the first thing I want to do is take these hourly wages and put them in order from least to greatest. And the smallest one was $8.25. Cross off one of those. Then I got another $8.25. Cross that one off. Next biggest is $8.45. Notice I'm putting a comma between these so I can see where they change. Next one is $8.65. Followed by $8.75. And then we go up to $9.10. And then $9.25. Followed by $16.50. That's a big jump. So I'd call $16.50 an outlier. That one doesn't really fit in with the rest. It's way bigger than the next closest one. So here we go. Let's find the mean first. Add up all the numbers and then divide by how many there are. So you're going to have to type these ones in. 825 plus 825 plus 845. When you add them all up, you get 77.2. And divide that by how many there are. There's 8 values. And when I take 77.2 divided by 8, I get 965. Median, middle number. So we got to find the one in the middle. So counting away. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's 2 middle numbers. So we have to find the average of those 2 numbers. I have to take 865 plus 875 because there's 2 in the middle and find the average. So 865 plus 875 divided by 2 and we get 870. And that's in dollars. The mode, the most frequently occurring one. Which one repeats itself? Well, 825 does twice, so that is the mode. Range, biggest minus smallest, 1650. Minus the smallest one, 825 is $8.25. And which center best represents the data? Let's see here. Well, we have an outlier, so the mean's not a very good one. I would say that the median's a pretty good one because it's right in the middle. And the median's 870. The mode was pretty small. That's down at the bottom, least number, so that doesn't make the most sense. The mean, that's pretty high. That's all the way above at 965. So that's why I went with the median because it's right in the middle. So the mean was too big. And the mode was too small. So we took the median. And our outlier was 1650. Didn't have to list it, but thought we'd point it out. And our last one says, we're looking at the size of emails in kilobytes. We have a 2, 3, 5, 2, 1, 46, 3, 7, 2, and 1. It says identify the outlier. 46 is definitely the largest one. And it says, how does that affect the mean, the median, and the mode? Well, if our outlier is way bigger than all the rest, it would raise the mean. It would also raise the median, because it's on the large side. And it would do nothing to the mode. It didn't repeat itself. And describe one explanation. Well, I would say I probably sent a video, because that, or a picture. It's something big. So send a picture or video. That made it much larger than all the others. All right, that's it for our measures of central tendency, or the measures of center. Have a great day.